Right, hello everyone, and welcome to Warren's Team Talk. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. And at the moment, I'm absolutely delighted to say that I've got Kyle Walsh Gunner here with me, top man. We're waiting on Del Boy. Del Boy's been a bit delayed, but he'll be here as soon as he can. So at the moment, it's just me and Kyle. So we decided to get started. And how you doing, Carl?
I'm all good, Warren. Thanks so much for having me on your show tonight. I feel that this is an important show. They get put a few people in their place.
Exactly, mate. Oh, hold on.
Get a few people in their place, and spit a few facts, wake a few people up, Warren. You know what I mean?
No, well, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. Right, I thought what we'd do to start with, we'll say hello to everyone in the chat first of all. And because there's a lot of people here in the chat. So we've got Arsenal Forever, he's in. Nice to see you, buddy. I hope you're well. He says, Warren, Del Boy, Carl Volcano, Walsh, big up your bleeding legends. So, yeah, big up to you, mate. You lot are the real legends, not us two. And it's lovely to see you, man. And he also says, time for this team to be shown the documentary 89 is up for grabs now. Yeah, mate, you won't get an argument out of me about that. And what I like about that video and all the clips I've seen, because it reminds me of when it was going on. I remember it happening. George Graham, Tony Adams, and all the people they interviewed, none of them were talking about it being okay to finish second, third, fourth, anything like that. It was all about winning, being number one, not finishing second, not being finishing third or fourth. And then this moves me on nicely to another point. I heard the other day, after the debacle at West Ham, that fans were demanding that there be a parade, and the club are considering having a parade if we finish second. A parade for finishing second. Have you ever heard something so ridiculous in all your life? A parade for finishing second, fuck's sake. What is the matter with these fucking fans? Honestly, mate, I'm just going to put myself on the big screen, all right? Just give me a sec. Right, I want to show you something that's behind me. The man in the picture is a fella by the name of Bill Shankly. This is one of his quotes. He was the founding father of Liverpool Football Club as it is today. And he says, if you are first, you are first. If you are second, you are nothing. And I couldn't agree with him more. I couldn't. It is absolutely spot on, in my opinion. So, yeah. So thanks very much for bringing that up, Arsenal Forever. I'm really grateful for that. Taib says, hi, Warren. Hi, mate. I hope you're good. Darren Sullivan's in the chat as well, and he's saying 2, 4, 6, 8. It's never too late. Mick Arteta is going to be sacked tonight. 3, 5, 7, 9. It's about time. Edu and Arteta will be the big fool, guys. Yeah, mate, that is brilliant. I've seen that video that you did on Instagram, Darren. Absolutely superb, mate. Brilliant stuff. Manny Thangaduri says, gentlemen, looking forward to this. Well, I'm glad to hear it, mate. I hope you enjoy it. Alan Attic says, big up to all the legends. Big up to yourself, mate, as well. Thanks very much for coming in. And thanks to everyone that is in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. I know that Kyle does as well. And I'm putting in a comment saying I'm waiting for the lads to arrive, hopefully. And as you can see, Carl's here with me. The upper tier says, big up, Warren lads, and chat. Have the towel ready to throw in, he says. Big up to you as well, Noel. I hope you're happy after that result last night. I'm sure you are, mate. And Arsenal Forever says, the missus told me not to bother coming home Friday if the Arsenal don't win. better bloody win then. Can't afford to buy another place. Oh, dear God. Oh, no. Mate, I hope they win for your sake then, buddy. The upper tier says, tell her you want it in writing. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Get it in writing, mate. And Arsenal Forever says the upper tier laughing emojis. And Jez Collins is in the chat. Hi, Jez. I hope you're good, mate. He says, smash the crap out of the likes and sub if you're new here. Thanks a lot, Jez. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the show. And I've got a feeling that Carl and I might be losing our rag tonight. Darren says, not changing my opinion at the moment. I predict a draw on Friday. Mate, if that game's a draw, mate, well, no. I can't be having that. No. The upper tier says, Jace's Darren, that would be a disaster. It would be a disaster because the wheels would they'd be like, what other proof would you need that the wheels are coming off? And how many times down the years have we seen this happen with Arsenal? It gets to the end, near the end of the season, and then they capitulate. It keeps happening all the time. Why? And I want to know why. I really do. And again, it's not a recent thing. It's going on for years. Darren says Ward-Prowse a danger from free kicks. Exactly. And you can guarantee that if we concede a free kick outside of the box, it bloody put it in the back of the net. The upper tier, big up, Carl, the king of the Wexford breakfast rolls. There you go. The Wexford breakfast rolls, mate. Manny says, Arsenal Forever, I'd watch that documentary over the ridiculous all or nothing rubbish. Yeah, exactly. Well said, Manny. And the upper tier, the man is now in the house. Exactly. He's here. He's firing on all cylinders. Joanne says, hello, I'm here. Just good for you, Joanne. Thank you very much for coming. Arsenal says, Manny, absolutely, mate. Yep, 100%. And Lucas Hood says, evening, guys. Nice to see you, Lucas. I hope you're well. And Gavin says, we slagged Spuds for celebrating winning a friendly tournament, and now we want to celebrate winning nothing. Welcome to Clown World. Exactly. You don't celebrate finishing second. It's ridiculous. What is wrong with these people? Ryan Stockley says, big up to a real Arsenal channel and real Arsenal fans. Big up yourselves. Thanks very much, Ryan. I really appreciate that. And big up yourself as well, buddy. That absolute legend. The upper tier says, just having a bowl of Jurgen's favourite cereal, Special K. Exactly, mate. Gavin says, can't wait to see if Carl is his usual happy self. Mate, I'm sure he will be. I'm sure he will be. And Ryan says, a parade for second, not surprised in the slightest. No, neither am I. And when I asked what for, I was told it was to show appreciation. Appreciation for what? I have absolutely no idea. Joanne Smith says there's more chance of Prince Harry and Prince William having reconciliation than there is Arteta getting the sack. I hope not. Joanne says, both you guys know how I feel. Yeah, I do know how you feel, and I feel more or less the same. Jaminio says, hello, Warren, Kyle, and the chat. How you doing, Jaminio? I hope you're good, buddy. And Arsenal Forever. Jaminio, big up, bro, he says. And Jaminio, question for you guys. Who takes the majority blame? Edu, Arteta, the owners, the players, or the fan base? That's a big question and a difficult one to answer. I don't know.
Every single one of them clowns.
Exactly.
Is responsible.
That's what I wanted to say. That is what I wanted to say as well. But you asked for the majority of the blame, right? I can't really answer because I think they're all got their fingers in the pie of blame, in my opinion. and I want the whole lot of them gone. A whole lot of them. And Yuppetier says you can't beat a good appreciation parade. Mate, it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Jimenez says, Arsenal forever, big up, my guy. And Lucas says, what did you think of the Arsenal shirt signing video with the little girl? I've heard about this. I haven't seen it. But what I've heard, I think it's absolutely disgusting. Fan base are the ones to blame, says Darren. They have got a proportion of it. I don't know whether it's all their fault, but they're a big part of it. They are definitely all responsible and all for different reasons. Despite being top, we're still shambolic. 100%, Jaminho. Right, so let's get into it. And first thing I want to talk about is Bukayo Saka. And I've seen since we lost that game or drew that game at West Ham, some absolutely vile and disgusting images being posted online of him being made up to look like a monkey. And I have to say, I find it absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. What sort of sick-minded individual has to do something like that? Absolutely fucking shocking. How these people aren't sitting in a jail somewhere and rotting, I have no idea. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I love the guy to bits. I think he's one of our best players, if not the best. And to turn on him like that because they missed a penalty is absolutely outrageous. I'd like to have these people in the room and ask them, one of the things I'd like to ask them is, when you've been at work, have you never ever made a mistake? Have you never ever made a mistake in your whole life and you're having a go at a fella who's had the balls to stand up and be counted and put himself on the line like that? I bet you wouldn't have the guts to do it. But Carl, have you got anything to say about it, mate?
I surely do, Warren. It's absolutely disgraceful. In this day and age, we still playing the racist card. I think it's shocking. The man missed the penalty. So fucking what? It's a penalty. Jesus Christ. These fucking idiots then going around putting monkey faces on the poor man. It's unacceptable, Warren. My mother, for the people in the chat, my mother is black African. I'm mixed race. My father is white Irish. Now, when I was in school, in primary school, when I was a young chap, I used to get bullied by a fucking prick called Fran Butler. I have no problem mentioning his name. In the schoolyard. It was in around first year, I realised I had a bit of a talent for boxing. And I boxed the fucking head off that bully because that's all he was, a bully. He never called me any racist remarks after that beating, let me tell you. And I stood up for myself. But that was back then, Warren, because I was the darkest child in the school at the time, and I had an afro hairstyle, and everyone knew that my mother was black. It's different now in society. We have here in this town now, I'd be actually looked on as a white man because everyone else is so, black and stuff. So racist remarks don't sit well with me. And when I see this fucking shit about Saka, they're not fans. They should be fucking banned for life. Try to find out who they are and ban them. They should be fucked into jail or fucked into a room with me for fucking 2 minutes. And you see how fucking tough they are then. Fucking idiots. The man missed the penalty.
No, mate, I 100% agree with you. They should be banned for life from all football, all sporting events. In fact, anything where there's a public attendance. They shouldn't be allowed to go to anything. It's absolutely disgusting.
As a matter of fact, they're wasting fresh air. They should be fucking put against the wall and shot. It's a disgrace.
Oh, exactly. No, I wouldn't argue with him, mate. It's absolutely shocking. It really is.
The man is a brilliant player. He's a brilliant player. Yeah. And he has been fantastic all season.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You know, he don't deserve that treatment. It's a disgrace.
Yeah. And let's see, where were we? Because I've missed a couple. Right, okay, so Gavin's asking what happened at the shirt signing. Well, apparently there was a little girl and she had an Arsenal shirt and she was wanting the players to sign it for her or something. And not one of them stopped to sign the shirt. They all walked straight past her. Absolutely disgusting. Sorry, but I would, if I was the manager of that club, I'd be inviting that young girl into the club and giving her a new kit and make all those players come and apologise to her and beg for forgiveness. Because it's absolutely outrageous. It's not acceptable. A little girl. Do you know what I mean? Now, she probably idolises those players and they've probably broken her heart. It's just not acceptable, mate. Can you imagine? I'm telling you, if they did that to my daughter, I'd kill them. I'm sure you would as well, Carl, as well, mate.
Are they the truth, mate? I'll be honest about it. If I had my daughter and one of them fucking assholes walked past her, I'd grab them by the scruff of the neck and say, who the fuck do you think you are? Only for football, 90% of these clowns will be working on factory floors, working in McDonald's or fucking Chinese takeaways. They don't realise how fucking lucky they are, and there's not wrong with working in factories, McDonald's, Chinese takeaways. I'm just saying that they wouldn't be having the lavish lifestyles that they have now because of football. You know what I mean? They forget where they come from. Absolute fucking pricks to all of them. 90% of them wouldn't look up or down at you anyway, Warren. Fucking, they're in a different world altogether. Pricks.
No, it is absolutely disgraceful. You're 100% right, mate. And it's not acceptable. No, Ryan, I didn't see it, mate. I'm sorry. He's asking about snooker.
I love snooker, Warren. I saw what happened. It was absolutely shocking things.
What
I
happened?
love snooker.
What happened, Carl?
They were playing them. Two matches was on, and two supporters jumped out the crowd and jumped up on the snooker tables with dust to destroy the cloth in protest of oil or some shit like that. Absolutely fucking scandalous. What's society coming at all? It's a fucking joke. Crazy stuff. You can't even play a frame of snooker now without this shit going on.
It's disgusting. It really is. Anyway, let's move on because it's just not acceptable. It really ain't. So let's start, right? And the first thing I want to talk about is Arsenal. On the 18th of January, we were sat top of the league and we were 9 points clear of Man City. Sorry, 8 points clear of Manchester City. And we both played 18 games. And that was on the 18th of January, which is, what's today? It's the 18th of April, actually. So 3 months ago. Right? Move forward 3 months to today, 18th of April, I believe it is today, if I'm not mistaken. We're now sitting 4 points clear of them, and they have a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they'll be a point behind. So they've clawed back 7 points in the space of 3 months, right? Now, this fella here, Bill Shankly, the godfather of Liverpool Football Club, this is his famous quote: if you're first, you're first. If you're second, you're nothing. And that's what I've got behind my head. And it's true. It's 100% true. I couldn't disagree with him.
My father is a huge fan of the Olympics and stuff like that. And he once said to me, and it stayed in my head, in the Olympics, Warren, what's a silver medal? It's nothing. You're looking for a gold medal in the Olympics. That goes in every elite fucking sport in the world. If you're in elite sport, you're there to win. Now, get this into your thick heads, these people, these so-called fans. Get it in here and realize second is nothing. Very fucking simple English. Number fucking won. End of story. I don't want to see parades or shit like that for second place. Don't want to see it. I don't want to fucking hear about it. Number one, end of.
Exactly. And I'll be talking about that in more detail later, Carl. So in our last 12 games, okay, we've won. We started off the set on the 4th of February with a 1-0 defeat at Everton. Then we drew at home to Brentford. Then we lost at home to Manchester City, and then we beat Villa, Leicester, Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham, and Crystal Palace and Leeds. And then after that, we've had 2 successive draws where we've gone 2-0 up and surrendered a 2-0 lead to draw 2-2, right? The remainder of our games for the rest of the season, that's the remainder of the games for the rest of the season. So, Carl, have you got anything to say that you want to say about that?
Yeah, league is over. That's what I want to say about it. Very simple. We're after fucking it up. 2-0 up against Liverpool, we were cruising. 1 minute of fucking madness from Shaka, game turns onto the other side. Should have lost the game. Then we turn around, 2-0 up against West Ham, cruising, and lost the plot again. 2-1. Now I'm looking at this picture list here in front of me. That game against Southampton, God only knows what's going to happen. Man City, forget about it. We're losing that game, no problem. Newcastle. Brighton.
If we don't win that game on Friday against Southampton at home, Southampton, the bottom of the table, by the way. If we don't win that, then then we got Manchester City away and Chelsea at home, and then Newcastle away, then Brighton at home. Right? I can see us collapsing completely.
What are those 4 games? Those 4 games, Warren, that you just named out. The Man City game, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Brighton. We ain't winning those games. I'm not saying we're going to lose. We're going to lose a couple of those games there, Warren. Or those 4 games. We ain't winning those 4 games.
See, the problem is that if we lose that game against Southampton, their confidence is going to be on the floor, right? And this is where Mikel Arteta needs to be doing his homework and getting into these guys' heads and picking them up. But I can guarantee you he won't. He's already had a go at them for having supposedly a weak mentality. What I want to know is, when is he going to start looking at himself? Because I'm telling you, the man, his ego is so out of control that he'll never cross his mind that he might be to blame for all of this. It's absolutely fucking shocking. The man has got a massive problem with his ego, and it's affecting the club. And it's been like this since he fucking turned up at the club. And that was one of the reasons I didn't want him in the first place.
Warren, he came out and he blasted the players, said about the weak mentality. This man is on 8.5 million a year to manage Arsenal Football Club. We were 2 fucking nil up against West Ham the other day with 40 minutes gone in that game. He's the manager. He's on 8.5 million. All he had to do was see our team over a 50-minute period. And he fucking blew it.
I know,
what
mate,
about his fucking weak mentality? Because that's where it comes from. He's the manager. His message should go down throughout the team. It didn't do it because look at the result. So fuck you, Arteta, you absolute fucking prick.
Exactly. And, mate, you know, it's just unbelievable. And I'm going to go into him big time in a little while. But for the time being, I'm going to put that to bed and we'll move on. Right? Now, this is Manchester City's last 12 games, right? So you can all see the greens are their wins, the red is a loss, and the yellow is a draw. So in their last 12 games, they've lost 1, drawn 1, and won 10. So they're slowly but surely clawing back the lead that we had, right? And it's only a matter of time before they go ahead of us, in my opinion. And look at the amount of goals they're scoring, all right? There's a 4 there, there's a 2, there's a 1, there's a 4, there's a 4, there's a 3. That last one against Leicester, they were 3-0 up in about 12 minutes or something. 3-0 up. And then they just eased off the foot and said, yeah, that's the game won now. But they didn't surrender a 3-goal lead like we did. They just eased up, the game's won, made sure they didn't concede. Well, they conceded 1, but they didn't concede anymore. And made sure that the game was done and dusted, right? Now, the games for the rest of the season, okay? They got us at home. That's their next game in the league, okay? They're playing, and we're top at the minute. Then they're playing Fulham away, who are 10th. Then they're playing West Ham at home, which is their game in hand, who are 15th. Then they got Leeds, who are 16th. Then they got Everton, who are 17th. Then they got Chelsea, who are 11th. Brighton, who are 7th. And Brentford, who are 9th. Out of all those games, I cannot see them losing any of them or dropping points in any of those games. The most difficult game for them, I would argue, would be that game against Brighton away. Not against us. Because if we go down, if we concede early on in that game, I can see us conceding 4 or 5 or even 6. No question about it. Because we've got such a poor record up there. And this manager will not have them believing they can win. I'm convinced that, mate, I think the whole thing's done and dusted. I really do. And I'm absolutely fuming about it.
It's over. It's over. People are doting. People are saying to me, oh, it's not over. Onto the Fat Daddy sings. It's fucking over. The Fat Daddy has sung. It's over.
I know. It is. And, I just find it shocking, mate. I really do.
But Warren, how long are the likes of us saying that we're not going to win the league? We're saying it and saying it and saying it. And people weren't listening. People were celebrating because we're doing so well. I know we weren't going to win the league. And here we are being proved fucking right.
But this is the problem. We got this fan base who insist on celebrating stuff before it's been achieved and it's been signed, sealed and delivered. And they're making themselves look like idiots. But the problem is, most of them are idiots. That is the problem. They haven't got a clue what they're talking about. Half of them don't give a shit. Half of them aren't even real fans. They just attach themselves to the club because they think they can boost their social media profiles. They're not fucking proper fans. And this is what pisses me off. They sit there. They get a laptop out. They get a webcam out and sit there on there talking absolute bullshit. Right? And I'm going to come to it. I'm going to stop because I'm going to lose my rag in a minute. But I'm going to come to it in a little while. And I'm going to fucking go off on one. I'm telling you. Right? So, this is the scenarios for the title race, Carl, as I see it. Right? What I've done is I've tried to think what might happen. I've made an assumption. I don't think this is going to happen, right? But I've made an assumption that outside of that game against City, between Arsenal and Manchester City, both clubs will win all of their remaining games. I don't think that is going to happen. I don't, right? But just for the sake of this show, I've decided to do that, right? So, the first scenario is if Arsenal win up at Manchester City, and I do not think this is going to happen. I do not. Right? If that happens and Arsenal win all their remaining games and City win all theirs, Arsenal will win the league by 4 points. Right? The second scenario is if Manchester City beat Arsenal. Right? And the same exact scenario I just painted. Right? Manchester City will win the league by 2 points. Right? If that happens, after us being 8 points clear, that will be a 10-point turnaround. Right? That is unbelievable. Just 3 months ago, we were 8 points clear of them. And they would have turned around 10 point and had a 10-point turnaround in less than 3 months. It's shocking, Kyle. It's shocking.
Crazy.
And if this man is allowed to stay and all these people at the club who are responsible are allowed to stay, the club is done. They will never, ever win another major honour. All the time, these clowns are involved with the club. They won't, because they don't fucking care. They're not interested in making this club successful. They're not. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been sitting here when we had the chance to go and get Don Carlo Ancelotti and Arteta. We chose Arteta, someone who's got a blank CV up against a man who's won multiple titles in multiple countries. How does it make sense? It just doesn't make any fucking sense on any level. It's complete and utter fucking bullshit. And it's fucking dereliction of duty on the highest level. And I'm fucking sick of it, mate. I've had it up to here with these fucking dickheads.
100% facts, Warren. Because I'm going to say the same. Everything you say is 100% facts. These clowns are here 4 years now. Failure. Next season will be failure as well, because the other things are going to be stronger and they're going to challenge, and that's the bottom fucking line. When do people become accountable for failure at this club? Why is Arteta such a special person for people? Why is Arteta bigger than the club? What has he fucking achieved to have that status?
This is a good point. I had this thought this afternoon, and I've done something about this. I've got something to show about this in a little while, because I do not understand it. The only thing that I can think of is because of the way, what these people are backing him, because of the way he looks, the way he dresses. It's the only thing, because he hasn't got anything else. He's only won one league title, which he won in Scotland. One season with Rangers, right? And he's won a few domestic cups there and in England. He's never won an international cap. It's absolutely shocking. What has he done to warrant this sort of backing? He's not even a club legend. It's unbelievable.
Warren, it don't make sense, but then again, nothing does make sense with this club. This club, to me, it seems to me that the club don't want to win. It's okay. If it comes second, third or fourth, it's okay. Everything is too nicey. Sack the whole fucking on. Get him out tonight. They're at the blowing the fucking league title. Out. 4 fucking years of fucking failure.
No, it's got to happen, mate. I don't care. If it was down to me, he would have been gone after the West Ham game. I would have sacked him there and then on the spot at the London Stadium. Because I've had enough of this bullshit. 3 1/3 years of this nonsense. Is this Arteta nonsense? And it is nonsense, right? The final scenario is that Man City and Arsenal draw. Arsenal will win the league title by 1 point. We are not getting anything out of that game at the Etihad. We aren't. It's a fucking joke to suggest that we are going to get anything out of that game at Man City. I'm sorry, if you're thinking that, you really need to go and get yourself checked out. You do, because it's absolutely insane. There is more chance of aliens rocking up outside number 10 Downing Street in London than there is of Arsenal winning at Manchester City or getting a draw at Manchester City. It is not happening. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Warren, you just did that there yourself there, those calculations. You did that. You trying to tell me that Pep Guardiola hasn't done that? Of course he has. And he's after telling his team, you're beating these clowns come next Wednesday.
They're going to get destroyed, mate. Absolutely destroyed. Now, this fella, all right, we're going to talk about him now. Mikel Arteta Amatran, right? This was his CV when he was appointed at Arsenal. Blank. Nothing on it. So my question is, why the fucking hell was he appointed? He had no experience, no relevant skills. What organisation of this size anywhere in the world appoints someone with a blank CV who's got no relevant experience, no qualifications to do the job? It's unbelievable. If you or I were shareholders in a company who did that, can you imagine that absolute mayhem there would be at the shareholders meeting? The people would be going absolutely mental. There would be a run on the shareholdings. The shares would be sold. People would be taking their money out left, right, and centre. The company would go bust. It is a multi-billion-pound business, and you're putting it in the hands of someone who hasn't got a fucking clue what they're doing. It is unbelievable. And this company is being run by two people, Stan Kroenke and his son, who are multi-billionaires. What the hell are they thinking? Seriously. You know the expression, a fool and his money are easily part of a company? Well, this is a prime example. What the hell were they thinking, giving him the job? It's insane. It just makes no fucking sense. No sense whatsoever. And I'm fucking sick of these owners not taking fucking responsibility for their actions, not taking fucking responsibility for the running of the club, instilling a fucking culture of poor performance and accepting poor performance and allowing these fucking clowns to run around and run amok with the emotions of the fans, making them fucking believe that we're going to go and win a title. Honestly, Carl, these people fucking irritate me who keep going on about Arteta and now we're going to win the league and that. But there's part of me that actually feels sorry for them because they've been fucking hoodwinked.
Yeah.
Sold a dream by this club that is never, ever going to happen. All the time that dickhead is in control.
Yeah. Warren.
Then two at the very top, they are the ones that instill the fucking culture.
Warren,
of accepting mediocrity and not fucking accepting it. It's shocking, mate.
This mediocrity culture started with Arsene Wenger. About 6 or 7 years before he actually left. And by the way, and I say it here, for those 6 or 7 years before Wenger went, I was shouting for him to go every day of the week for 7 years. He didn't go, and we did fuck all. We won fuck all. Mediocrity bullshit. Top 4. Champions League get destroyed 10-2 by Bayern Munich. Shit like that. This culture, weak mentality, loser mentality, has been there since then. And as far as I'm concerned, it was all the way up. And yes, I was hoping too, because I thought that Arteta was doing the job, that we were mentally stronger now. We're going to do this, do that. But I was cautious. I say, I've been here too many times. And what's after happening? Proved right again. Bullshit. Mediocrity. Losing mentality. Bullshit. This club is known for it.
It is fucking over. And it's absolutely disgusting, mate. It really is. And it fucking makes me so angry. Because this club has the potential to be one of the biggest clubs in the world. Well, it is one of the biggest clubs in the world. But be fucking winning title after title after title. Year in, year out. But it's not going to happen all the time. It's being run like this. It's not. It's never, ever going to happen. All the time we got these owners. We got fucking novices in positions of power, in senior management positions. It's fucking unbelievable. Can you imagine if this had happened? Well, it wouldn't. When Roman Abramovich was at Chelsea, do you think he would have allowed all this bullshit to be going on under his watch?
He sacked managers that won league titles for him. We're going out with a fucking asshole that hasn't even won a fucking egg race. What the fuck, like?
Now, I'm going to tell you a story now about Real Madrid, right? 2 stories. Real Madrid, one of my best friends, right? Elena. She's a Spanish woman. She lives in Madrid. She's a massive fucking Real Madrid fan. She was living over in London and we played them in a friendly at Highbury. Right? We beat them 3-1. Right? John Toshak was walking around the edge of the pitch and he was waving to the crowd and whatnot. Right? She had a fucking bottle and she was going to fucking throw the bottle at him. I had to fucking physically restrain her. And I was going, Elena, it's fine. Don't worry. It's only a friendly. She turned to me. She says, Real Madrid do not play friendlies. Right? And then the other thing is, right, they won. They had this manager one year. It was a good few years ago now. They won the league title. They won the European Cup. And I think the fella the year before had won another trophy or something. They sacked him after he won the fucking European Cup. And you know why they sacked him? Because the football wasn't attractive enough. So they sacked him. I'm sorry, but this fucking club is just unbelievable. I really want to know what it would take to them to fucking sack Arteta. Because I reckon that if we got relegated, these fans and the owners would be going, yeah, we'll just give them a chance to see if they can get us back up in the Premier League again.
I said it last week, Warren, and I want to say it here again. This fucking shower of absolute fucking waste of space Arsenal fan base would actually build a fucking statue of this prick outside the Emirates Stadium. I'm convinced of it.
It's going to happen. I'm telling you. He will have a statue out there. If we win the title by some miracle, he will get a statue. I'm telling you.
Well, I'd knock it down with a fucking sledgehammer when I'm over there, let me tell you. And I could do with knocking a few fucking FTV crew out with the fucking same sledgehammer. And another crowd of fucking assholes on top of us.
Mate, it honestly, it is fucking shocking. I just don't know what to say about it. So this manager, this season, right, he has thrown multiple fucking trophies in the bin. So let's go through it, right? We knocked out of the League Cup with the first hurdle by Brighton at home. 3-1, I believe it was. We then got knocked out in the 4th round of the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Right? First hurdle of the Europa League, we got knocked out of that as well. And now, the reason he did it, apparently, was to give us a good chance of winning the Premier League. Right? We did that a few weeks ago. Now, look. We're fucking dropping points left, right and centre in the fucking Premier League. What the fuck is going on? Seriously, what is going on at this club? The last few years, we've had Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea on the brink of winning multiple fucking trophies. Year in, year out. And yet we can't even win one of them. What the hell is going on at this club? It's a loser mentality from the fucking top to the bottom. And that's why I want the fucking whole lot of them out. Because it comes from the top. The culture of any organisation is set by the fucking chief exec or the owners. And that's why I want them out. I want a new owner. People will say, yeah, it's not realistic. They're not going to sell. They'll fucking sell if we stop going to the games and stop buying the merch. I'm telling you, it happened with Wenger. They sacked him because people weren't going to the ground. But if we kick off enough, they will go. I'm telling you, it will happen.
The problem, though, Warren, is that these fucking show of fucking assholes in this fan base, they'll keep on filling the stadium. They'll keep on buying the merch. They'll keep on singing Arteta's song in the crowd. And we'll be sitting here arguing about Arteta in 4 years from now as well. With the same four bins, with the same trophies thrown into him year in, year out. That's what this fucking fan base are accepting. Crowd of fucking assholes. Every fucking one of them.
No, you're 100% right, mate. I'm sorry, but it's true. It is. Everything you're saying, mate, is true. And it's just, the problem is we got too many fans, I believe, they're not fucking invested in the club. There is something else going on. There's another reason why they're doing it, and it isn't because of football. I'm convinced of it, mate. Honestly, because what they say doesn't make any fucking sense, and they clearly haven't got a fucking clue what they're talking about. Clearly, they don't.
Warren, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to get this off my fucking chest right now. I'm sitting here in the kitchen. And you'll see me, I keep looking to my right. The reason I'm looking to my right is because my TV screen is there in the corner of the sitting room. And as we speak, I'm looking at the lineup here for Chelsea against Madrid in the Champions League. And Chelsea are fucking dirt. And where are we? Getting beat by Sporting fucking Lisbon in the Europa League. It's a fucking embarrassment.
I know, it is, mate. It's fucking not acceptable. It isn't. You know, I mean, it's bad enough. No, it's just fucking shit. Anyway, so I want to talk about this business about the inverted left back. Right? Now, this is the way that supposedly the team is lining up, but it isn't. In reality, right, so there you got the 4-4-2. There's a goalkeeper missing. I didn't bother putting that in there, but you got left back, left centre back, right centre back, right back, two centre mids, an attacking central midfielder, a centre forward, a left wing, and a right wing. Right? What is happening is when we play, the left back moves from the red zone, and there's a reason why that area is red, and I'll explain that in a minute. They move from the left back position into the midfield, right? Into that ILB situation, right? So they become part of the midfield, right? That means that whole of that left-hand side is completely exposed, right? There's no one there. No one. So what happens is the left-sided centre-back then has to shuffle over to try and at the role of the left back, which means the right-centred centre-back is shuffling over as well to pick up any players that run through into the middle. And the right back is then exposed as well. So this nonsense of having the left back inverting and going into the midfield is exposing the whole of the back four. Well, the now back three. It's insanity. It's suicidal. And I believe it's why we're conceding so many goals at the moment. Because people are starting to work it out. Right? Now, I want to play something, right? Because I'm sick and tired of seeing these fucking fans coming online talking absolute nonsense about football tactics, trying to fucking confuse people by using big words and fucking talking crap. So I'm going to play this video that I put together just before we came on. It's Dean Saunders talking on Talk Sport about the same thing and kicking off about it. So watch this, everyone.
I'm sorry to say this. You know, there's a lot of imposters in football.
Go on.
You know, you see the dugout and you think, how many people they got on the bench? People got swallowed a laptop, sneaked into a club and come out with long words.
I tell you what gets me. I know there's a language barrier sometimes, but when the sub's about to go on and they get the board out or they get a bit of paper out, oh, come on, just talk to them. Tell them what you want them to do. Honestly.
Listen to this, Al, right? This is how people have tried to baffle the fans. They're trying to baffle the public, right?
Yeah.
With long words that used to mean something simple. High press.
Oh, I know.
That used to be closing down.
Right.
And full court press, that used to be. Low block. That used to be sit deep. You know, I've changed it to low block.
I'm
Transition was giving the ball away and getting counter-attack. Don't give it away, lads. Transition, it's called now.
Keep the ball.
The player needs more minutes. Where's that come from? Just needs a game.
He's got to play more.
Needs a game.
Yeah.
This is a classic. My son, I'm not going to say who's done it. My son plays non-league football, and the analyst sends out a WhatsApp message to look at the opposition on Saturday and some of the goals. Yeah, so he sends it out to the group chat, and I'm listening to it, and he goes, as you can see, they've got the ball on the right-hand side. They switch the play. They've now got a numerical inequality on the left-hand side. Well, what's that mean? It means they've got a 2v1 on the fullback, a numerical inequality. And then, I'm not going to name him, a player come on here and said, what about Graham Potter? He said, yeah, he's got in-game and out-of-game intelligence. What does that mean?
No idea.
He's a good man manager, and tactically he's good. But that's changed to in-game and out-of-game intelligence.
I'm with you, Dino.
People just coming out with ridiculous long words, just trying to baffle the public to sound intelligent. Swallowed a laptop.
So there you go. For me, it sums it up. What he's talking about is these so-called experts on the TV talking about tactics and whatnot. What I'm talking about is these people on social media trying to make themselves sound what they're not. And I'm fucking sick of hearing it because they ain't got a fucking clue what they're talking about. And let's be honest.
Football is an easy fucking game. We all play it at no matter what level. Fancy fucking names, fancy talk, all bullshit, ridiculous.
But
you play four backs, you play your midfielders, and you play your forwards. That's it. It's a simple game.
Look at that. Look how exposed it is.
It's a lot of bullshit, but what I saw fucking Sunday against West Ham, ridiculous. Why was this Arteta's a fucking fool? I was looking at Jesus, and he played right back. You had fucking all the players were swapping different positions, never stopped changing. Shaka moving into left back. Party playing centre back. Look where Party gave away that fucking free kick with Declan Rice. Right outside our penalty box. The whole thing is... this is Arteta telling players to move into positions and all this way on the touchline. Jesus is fucking right back. What the fuck?
Hey, it's madness. Jesus is supposed to be a striker, not a fucking right back. It's unreal. Mate, it's unbelievable. And this is what I'm talking about him. He's fucking all over the show. And then he's having to go at the players because they lack strong mentality. Is he having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? That's what I want to know. It's absolute nonsense.
You're talking about Dean Saunders there and about the no names and tactics and all this shit. I tell you about football experts. I tell you. Gary Neville said on Super Sunday that if Arsenal finish second, it'd be an unbelievable season in his words. An unbelievable season. Mr. Roy Keane was there. And here's tactics for you all. He turned to Gary Neville and said, you're talking absolute utter dirt. Number one, ain't a fucking story. That's your fucking tactics.
Keno's right. Keno is right. I'm sorry, he is. He is right. You're either number one or you're nothing. Simple as that. Now, since the beginning of April, right, we beat Leeds United at 4-1 at home on the 1st of April, Carl. 8 days later, on the 9th of April, we went to Anfield and threw away a 2-0 lead and drew 2-2 with Liverpool. 8 fucking days gap we had between the Leeds game and the Liverpool game. After the Liverpool game, we had another 7 days break until we played away at West Ham, where once again we went 2-0 up early in the game and we threw away that lead as well and drew 2-2. So my question is, what the hell has been going on in these, first of all, 8 days and then 7 days to put right mistakes that happen?
I tell you what's going on. Very simple. Very simple. When you see your club captain signing fucking autographs for an opposition player, that's all you need to know about our fucking club. Absolute fucking pricks.
It's unreal.
And I say in the training ground, they're all fucking high-fiving each other and laughing and joking. Because let me tell you, they're able to laugh and joke on the fucking pitch and we fucking blow the league title. So why you try to tell me not doing on the training ground? Let me tell you something. If I had 2 fucking minutes with that Odegaard and that fucking Ramsdale, I swear to fuck, absolute pricks. And same with that fucking Gabriel and he fucking joking with Antonio. And we throw the fucking league away. It's a fucking disgrace. And Ian Wright, Alan Smith, and all those fucking pricks are all in on it too. Fucking dickheads.
Mate, they all need to go, mate. The whole fucking lot of them. Ex-players, fucking deluded, bloody, crazy-ass, fake fans, the fucking management structure at the club, the whole fucking lot of it needs stripping down and ripping out and starting again. I would put David O'Leary in as the top dog, right? And underneath him, I'd have a person in the position of that Vinay. He would go, and I'd get Don Carlo in, Ancelotti as the manager, and get rid of all this marketing PR bullshit. Stop fucking releasing all these ridiculous fucking kits week in, week out. Stop it. It's fucking madness. How many fucking kits do you need? It's complete and utter bullshit. All of it. Anyway, so Arteta questions Arsenal's mentality. He said, my worry is that after 2-0, that we made huge mistake and we didn't understand what the game required in that moment. We need that ruthlessness to go kill a team today. We didn't have it. Right? That's what he said. He's having to go at the players for not having a ruthless streak and a strong mentality. So my response to him, Carl, is where is his mentality? Why isn't he taking responsibility for his own shortcomings and addressing them, such as the substitutions he made? Because twice it happened. It happened against Liverpool and it happened again at West Ham, right? His tactics, they're all over the fucking shop. His communication and his interpersonal skills are absolutely fucking shocking. And it's got nothing to do at all with the fact he hasn't got English as a first language. That has got nothing to do with it, right? His motivational skills, his man management skills, which are the fucking worst I've ever seen in anyone, by the way, either in football or out of football. And I've worked with some fucking real shocking man managers, but he's fucking worse than a lot of them. He's unbelievable. He couldn't fucking manage a fucking wet paper bag, mate. He's fucking awful.
Warren, he's saying that we didn't kill off the team. We surely killed off the team. How the fuck do you kill off the team, you arrogant prick, when you're fucking sign languaging to Jesus to go play right back in the fucking game? You absolute fucking asshole. Instead of keeping Jesus up front where he always plays. You question yourself, Arteta, you fucking dickhead. You're after blowing the league title because of this fucking shit.
He's unbelievable. Keep playing round pegs in square holes. He's doing it all the fucking time. When Aubameyang was here, a world-class striker, by the way, he was trying to get him to play fucking left wing back. We had Bellerin, fucking fans having a go at him all the time because he kept going fucking walkabout. That was Arteta. I'm telling you, it was fucking him. Look what happens with Zinchenko. He's doing it now, going walkabout all over the midfield. Tierney was doing it. It's clearly something he's telling his fullbacks to do. We've had 3 of them doing it now. So it has to be an instruction from the manager.
That's another thing.
It's absolute fucking nonsense. You got one of the best strikers in the world football asking him to play left wing back. It's no wonder the fucking fella had the ump.
That's another thing. Let me tell you something, because no one gets away with it me. 2-1 against West Ham the other day, and what does the camera do? The camera focuses in on Zinchenko, and he all upset, and he all down and out in himself. If you would have defended properly against Liverpool, you fucking prick, we would have won the fucking game. No point fucking crying and all the emotion on touchline. And you can't even defend when it really mattered. When it really mattered, you never showed up. And then you're on the camera and you, fucking asshole. Another fucking donkey.
So here we go, Carl. Look, I've picked this out. I found this from a couple of years ago. Nothing's changed, in my opinion. Mikel Arteta's poor management skills are a massive problem. He has proven himself to be incapable of getting the best out of players, developing players, getting players to surpass their potential, motivating players, building and maintaining effective relationships, and handling disciplinary issues in a consistent and fair way. All of that was true 2 years ago, and it's still true now.
Yeah.
The man, people going on about, oh, he's learning. No, he ain't fucking learning. We've got the same fucking issues at the club we had when he first fucking came here. This club is no nearer winning a fucking league title than it was on the day he was fucking appointed.
And there's something important, Warren, that I'm going to say now before I forget, because you're after hitting the nail on the head. And I'm going to say this. That same fucking asshole, Arteta, came out and said, within 3 years I'll win the Champions League with Arsenal Football Club. Let that sink in, people.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Right, I'm just quickly going to do that and then let's move on. So this is all the players, like this was up to 2 years ago, and there's more of them now, right? Up to 2 years ago, this is all the players that he'd upset and had rucks with, right? Some of them have left the club now because of him, right? So that list of players, from that list of players, I was able to build a starting 11, right? And I think it's a fairly decent side, to be quite honest. That is the starting 11 I was able to make, right? It's a 4-3-3. You got left back Nuno Tavares, the centre backs David Luiz and William Saliba, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, right back, midfield Thomas Partey, Matteo Guendouzi and Lucas Torreira. And then up front, you got Willian, Aubameyang and Pepe. I think it's a fairly decent side. Every single one of those players, he's upset. And in goal, nearly forgot, World Cup winner, Emi Martinez, who, by the way, he hoofed out of the club, right? Emi Martinez. And then we went and spent 30-odd million pound on Ramsdale. Now, I ain't got a problem with Ramsdale. I think he's a competent keeper, but he ain't any better than Emi Martinez. So why the fuck did we go and spend 30 million on another goalkeeper when we could have kept Emi Martinez and put that money to the money that we wasted on that fucking Martin Odegaard and got the fella from Leicester who plays number 10.
Madison.
What's his name?
Madison.
James Why did we do that? It's fucking insanity. This is what I'm talking about. This man's judgment needs to be seriously fucking questioned because he makes the most fucking mad-ass, stupid fucking decisions. It's insane. So, and then you got, this is Aubameyang's quote when he left Arsenal. The last few moments at Arsenal were complicated. That's football sometimes. For my part, I never wanted to do anything wrong. My problem was only with Arteta. I can't say much more. I wasn't happy, right? Then, since December 2009 until, I think this was December 2020, Aubameyang was the seventh highest goal scorer in world football. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lewandowski, Cavani, Suarez, Aguero, and then Aubameyang. And he was on the same amount of goals as Ibrahimovic. It's not bad company, is it?
No, sorry not.
And
well, that's what you're up against with this fella. This fella has serious issues.
Huh?
He has serious issues, this Arteta.
Hey man, he's not fit to bloody manage his own fucking shoelaces, let alone a football team.
Imagine being married to the prick.
I want to compare him now with Carlo Ancelotti. His playing career and his management career, right? And we're going to have a look, right? This is his management career. Arteta has won 2 trophies and domestic cups, right, as a manager. For the sake of argument, I classified the Charity Shield as a cup, right? Not in my opinion, it isn't, but most websites that I looked at classify it as being a serious trophy, like the Super Cup. Like most countries, they have a Super Cup competition, which is played between the winners of the league and the winners of the cup. Right, he's won that, and he's won 1 FA Cup. Don Carlo, in comparison, has won 30 different trophies in multiple different countries, Carl. Right, he's won 9 domestic cups, 5 domestic league titles, 4 Champions League, which is a record, by the way. Right. He's been runners-up once in the Champions League. He's never won the Europa League, probably because he's never finished low enough to go in it. He's won the World Club Cup 3 times. He's won the UEFA Super Cup 3 times. He's been manager of the year 3 times, and he's been the world's best coach award twice. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like night and day. And then you get people telling you he's washed up. Washed up? What are these fucking people talking about? Absolute fucking clueless clowns. And I'm sick of it. Sick of hearing this fucking nonsense and these pathetic, stupid excuses for this fucking idiot of a manager.
Unbelievable. Just, then again, what do you expect?
This is their playing careers, right? Arteta won 5 domestic cups, right? He's won 1 domestic league title. Don Carlo, on the other hand, won 5 domestic cups, 3 domestic league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, a UEFA Super Cup, an Intercontinental Cup, and he came 3rd once in the World Cup. So, and he's won 26 international caps and 1 substitute appearance, right? Arteta, six playing career awards, and that is it. It pales into insignificance. It's just unbelievable. It's like comparing a fucking rabbit with a lion.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, any got anything to say about that, Carl?
Yeah. Very simple. We haven't been acting like a big club for the last 19 years. Very small club with very small mentality, with no winning mentality. And that's why we're fucking dealing with the likes of fucking Arteta and not the Don. Simple one. They don't want, they accept mediocrity at this club. They don't want success. I'm sick and tired of lads saying Man United, Liverpool, biggest clubs in England. Yeah, they are. But why can't we? What's stopping us from pushing on and winning league titles? And why can't we do it? I'm fucking sick of it. And we're definitely not going to do it with the likes of this fucking clown.
I know. But I want to talk about these two, right? Stanley and Josh Kroenke, okay? Now, these two, I want to know if they actually care about the club.
No.
Because, mate, honestly, I don't think they do.
No.
They have fostered and developed a culture of accepting poor performance since they've owned the club. There's no consequences, failure, and no accountability. So my message to them is you clearly don't care, to put the club up for sale and sell it to someone who does care and who's going to come in and demand success out of the people that are working there, because this bullshit has gone on for long enough. It really has, and it's not acceptable. They've let the whole fucking, all the fans down. All these people in the chat are Arsenal fans, because I can see there's a few of them that aren't Arsenal fans, but most of them are, right? They let me and you down. They let all the fans down with this nonsense all the fucking time.
This is gonna continue. Because these bastards ain't selling anytime soon. They're making too much profits. And any business is all to do with profits. And these bunch are making serious money. They're not going to sell. And why would they sell? If the fan base is accepting mediocrity. They're getting away with it. So they're not going to sell.
Mate, it's just, I'm sorry, I just do not think it's acceptable. I don't. I just think it's absolutely shocking. But, you know.
Yeah, I know protesters, yeah. Shocking. Yeah. Well, no, we're just, the whole thing is a joke, Warren. They go out there and protest about oil. Why weren't our fan base not protest outside the stadium for the Crankcase Oaks and they had the board out and the management out and get in winners and winning mentality. But they won't do it.
Mate, he's unbelievable. Comment from the upper tier. They weren't happy with the trees being cut down to make Q's laugh out loud. It's probably true. It's true. Honestly, mate, it's absolutely shocking. I find it, honestly. It really is. I mean, you know, this business with Arsenal, it's just, I just can't believe it. I really do. And, you know, it's just, I find it really depressing, mate. I really do. It's, you know,
we're not going to do anything, Warren. Like, we're going to be sitting here.
I really want to know, what is their motivation for coming to buy Arsenal? Why?
To make money. That's all. To make money.
To make money, but why come here to do it with Arsenal? Why not do it and get an NFL team or...
Because the Premier League is supposed to be possibly the biggest sport in the world, with the biggest attraction, with all the money coming to us. So therefore, buy the club, make billions out of the club, and who gives a fuck if we win or not win? Because that's the mentality. Who gives a fuck? No one is taking any accountability. So they're getting away with it. There should be outs in the morning.
Yeah, all of
we
them.
Have failed once again.
Pictures. So you got Edu, you got Vinay, got Garlic Head, and you got that Tim Lewis. A whole lot of them. I want them gone. Right?
Yeah.
I would get. What's that fella's name? The fella, he was at Arsenal and he was at the FA as well, and he used to come in and like sort all the transfers out when Wenger was here and whatnot.
Oh wait, David Dean.
Huh?
David Dean.
That's the fella. Get him in and get him to do a fucking root and branch investigation of the whole club, top to fucking bottom. Find out what's wrong, what's right, and get him to come up with a plan for putting this club on the right footing so that it can move forward in a positive way and start winning. Right? Because this club is only going one way, mate, and it ain't forward.
No.
All the time these idiots are here. It ain't. It's absolutely shocking. The only reason we're second this year is because all these fucking other clubs, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, all of them, Tottenham, they've all fucking capitulated. All of them have.
Absolute facts. Absolute fact. That's why next season we're not going to win anything again. It's a joke one, but fans don't seem to be listening. They're just on this ride of mediocrity, winning nothing, and everyone is happy. So if that's what they want, that's what they'll get.
What did that fella say? I thought he was saying something really derogatory, but he's not, thank God. The tsunami just hit New York City. There you go, Carl. The after effects of our meltdowns are being felt in the United States.
Yeah, just spitting facts though, Warren. You know, I'm very passionate, and this is how I feel, so I speak this way. You know what I mean? If I'm passionate about something, or if I'm, if something means something to me, I'm coming all out, and that's the way I am. That's my personality, and I don't mean to offend anybody. It's just the way I feel, and I want what's best for my club. And I'm doing 19 years of mediocrity, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of it. 19 years of this shit. Enough is enough.
Carl, you're 100% right, and that I feel exactly the same. And this slide I've got up here now, breaking news, Arteta sacked. That is what I want to see in the morning when I wake up. Sadly, I know that's not going to happen.
No.
But I'm telling you, mate, if that happens, I will be getting a bottle of champagne and I will be spraying it all around my flat. Because the end of the day, he's been in charge for 3 1/3 years now. 3 years and a third. And the whole time he's been here, it's just been failure after failure after failure. And I've had enough, mate. I've had enough of it. And fans talking bollocks and all the rest of it. I'm sick and tired of it. So now I want to turn to the fan base, and this is where I'm really going to town, right? We got fans celebrating success before it's even confirmed, year on year. Like this fucking clown sat on the throne with his hat, with his crown on. What the fuck is he thinking? 9 matches to go, and he's putting himself online, putting a picture of himself online like that, saying, oh yeah, it's in the bag. No, it's not in the fucking bag, you muppet. The only thing that's in the bag is you making a fucking clown of yourself. It's fucking shocking. These people need to wake up and smell the fucking coffee. It is unbelievable. Mate, can you believe it? That fucking idiot done that.
I love about 3 seconds with that fucking clown. He'll be losing more than his fucking crown, let me tell you. Absolute fucking jackass.
Then, right, on Sunday, I heard that the fans and the club, the fans were demanding, and the club have given it serious consideration of having a parade for fucking finishing second. Finishing second! What the hell is that all about? Jesus Christ, what the hell is the matter with these people? What is wrong with them? Have they taken leave of their senses, or what the hell is going on at this club? I've never seen anything like it. Cole, I've been supporting this club since 1972. I've never ever seen anything like it in all that time.
No, this is
Never.
shambles. Let me tell you something, Warren. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put this in perspective here. My daughter plays for no country club there in the GAA. She plays Camogie. And I'm a big Camogie fan, but sure, I have to support the daughter. They got to a final. And they got based. And they wanted to put the children in the cars with the medal, with the loser medals, and do laps around the town, beeping the horn and stuff like that. I fucking refused. And these fucking clowns are wanting to do a parade for second best for Arsenal Football Club. Absolutely fucking disgusting. And if anyone shows up for that parade, you're a fucking more of an idiot than what I thought you were. And you're a disgrace to Arsenal Football Club. And Arsenal Football Club is a fucking disgrace to put a parade on for finishing second. I'd be absolutely disgusted if those fucking assholes do that. Disgusted. Shambles. Second place. And people fucking celebrate. And this fucking clown on the screen here with the crown on his head is just a typical example of the fucking pricks that support this club. And that's why our club is where the fuck it is.
I know. And all the time, we got pricks like that doing stupidness like that. The fucking owners are going to be lapping it up. They'll be thinking, oh, well, we don't really need to do anything. We don't need to bother. They're happy. This is it, Carl. This is where it fucking ends. Right? When I was a kid, I used to stand on the North Bank. Right? And I remember myself and other fans would be standing on the North Bank singing songs about how we were going to win the league. Right? Not about finishing second, not about finishing third, not about finishing fourth. Anyone who's in this chat, and I know Darren's in here, and I know Jez is in here, they will tell you the same. Never. It never ever happened until this fucking muppet turned up. And they're going, oh yeah, Arteta, we're on the way to the Champions League. We got Tierney at the back, Gabby in attack. Do these people not realise that neither of those two players were actually signed by Arteta? Tierney was signed by Unai Emery, and so was Gabby. Right? In fact, I would argue quite strongly that none of Arsenal's best players have anything to do with Arteta. You got Saka, who got put into the team by Emery. You got Tierney, signed by Emery. Saliba, signed by Emery. Right? Martinelli, signed by Emery. Whose name is it that I keep saying? Oh, yeah, Unai Emery. And what did he do? He took us to a European final, right, in his only season in charge and finished 3 points off third place, right? Something this clown hasn't managed to do yet. Likelihood is he's going to do it this year, but it's going to take him over 3.5 years on near on 600 fucking million pounds to match what a fellow who was only here for fucking 9 months achieved. What does that fucking tell you? This fucking joker isn't up to the job. Get him out and get a fucking proper manager in. It's fucking shocking. It really is. It's fucking unbelievable. And then last season, we had fans dancing on fucking tabletops at Islington Town Hall, going on about how we were going to finish in the fucking Champions League spots. Right? And what happened? The fucking team collapsed just like it is this season. And we finished outside the fucking Champions League. Stop fucking celebrating things before they've actually been signed, sealed and delivered, you mugs. You're making yourself look ridiculous and you're making this club into a laughing stock. Fucking idiots. Then we got fans making the most ridiculous, outlandish excuses for a manager with zero pedigree. Right? I've heard people numerous times going, oh, he's a young manager and it's a young squad. Right, okay. It's a young squad because he decided to spend the money that the owners gave him on those players of that age. Right? And what the hell has his age got to do with it? Why would that? What's that got to do with him being a good or bad manager? It's got nothing to do with it. What has the age of the squad got to do with whether they're any good or not? Pele played in a World Cup final when he was fucking 17 years old. It's a fucking joke. These people ain't got the fucking brains they were born with, and they ain't got a fucking clue what they're talking about. They're absolutely fucking clueless.
Says
mate.
Says Fabregas was running Arsenal's midfield at 16. Says Fabregas was running Arsenal's midfield lineup at 16 years of age. I rest my case.
Says Fabregas. He was at Arsenal. He was 16 years old and he was running games.
Yeah.
Running them. Martin Odegaard, I don't know how old he is. He's in his early 20s.
23, I think.
He's not able to run a game. He goes fucking missing. As soon as it starts gets difficult, he disappears.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And then we got people going on about him being, oh, well, you know, he's got a nice hair and he dresses well. What the fuck has it got to... What the fuck has how he looks got to do with him, his ability to manage the fucking football club?
Warren.
What the hell were you talking about?
I had an argument with 2 Arsenal fans here in this town that I live in. And you know what the argument was about? Yeah, it is the Swearing Channel, Jace. Warren. Odegaard, every bit as good as Bergkamp. I had an argument about that.
What did you say?
2 Arsenal fans had an argument with me that Odegaard is every bit as good as Dennis Bergkamp. That's the Arsenal fan base. That's the Arsenal fan base.
That is the Arsenal fans in a nutshell. Saying crap like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Where do you go from there?
I don't know what to say to that because it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's just unbelievable. Honestly, it really is.
That's what we're up against, Warren. That's what we're up against. But the fan base accepts it, so fair play to them.
Mate, it's fucking shocking.
But Warren, we're going to be sitting here this time next year saying the same things.
I know, man.
Because as a matter of fact, we're saying worse things. Because let me tell you, we have no hope next season. And Jesus right. Cursing channel. Because there will be quite a lot of cursing, double cursing next season. Because we ain't winning anything next season.
No, mate. If we don't do it this year, we will not win it for God knows how long. I can't think. I honestly wouldn't like to say when it will be that we'll be challenging again if we don't win it this year. I really don't, because I can't see us in a position to do it.
We could be waiting another 19 years, Warren. But according to the Arsenal fan base, trust the process. It's going to be quite a long process, let me tell you.
The problem is, mate, the way these clubs run, it isn't set up for it to be successful on the pitch. The only thing it's set up for is to sell. And I've got a message for these people at the club who are doing that. This club is not a fucking retail outlet. It's a fucking football club. That is the reason it exists, right? For a group of fellas to play football at a competitive and elite level. It's not that we're not fucking Sainsbury's. We're not Marks and Spencers. We're not fucking, I don't know, a clothing retail outlet. We're not fucking Adidas. We're not fucking JD Sports or whatever. It's Arsenal Football Club. The clue is in the name. Football Club. Not fucking selling clothing and sporting equipment. When are these people going to get it through their skulls? Honestly, it fucking really upsets me. But Carl, was there anything else you want to say? Because we've come to the end now, mate.
Warren, yeah, I'd just like to say, it's very sad, Warren. It's very, very sad to see our club where it is. And people are saying that we've done very well this season and all the rest of it. But for me, it's not, Warren. From where we've been, I'm disgusted that we've blown it. Because I started to believe. I've been on different channels. Jesus in the show there. I was on Jesus' channel. I was on a big up to Ozzy Gunner. I was on his channel. I was even on the Del Boy show. And I said to all of them that I was starting to believe. And I think everyone was starting to believe. But we were believing with a bit of, we were cautious. And we were right to be cautious.
Mm.
And now look at the situation we're in. Man City with the game in hand. They're 1 point behind us. We have no hope against them that you had Wednesday week. Not a hope. So there was one winner, Man City.
I know, mate. So, Carl, I'm going to come to that in a minute. But what I'd like to ask you is, what would you do to turn this club round?
Warren, it's a huge. If someone said to me tomorrow morning, Kyle, listen, you're always on shows there on YouTube shouting and cursing and all the rest of it. So if you're so passionate, come to Arsenal and sort it out. Sort out the mess that you see. First thing I do, I start at the very top and I work my way down. Get rid of Kroenke. I get someone from Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that to come in and buy the club. Then I go down to the board, ship the whole lot of them out of there. Gone. See you after. Get in new people with new ideas, fresh ideas to move the club forward. Get rid of the management because the management have proved that they're not good enough. Bring in someone like David Dean for the transfer market. Someone that knows footballers, knows what we're looking for. And then I sit down with the players and I ship about, I'd say as we speak, I ship about 8 or 9 of them that's in the squad out of the club. Not good enough. Not good enough. So that's what I do. So there'll be a lot of heads rolling. But no one will listen to us.
This is what I agree with you, Carl, because I think there's too many people at that club who haven't got enough experience and knowledge to do the jobs that they're being paid to do, and they're earning way too much money to do it, right? So I'd get them all out, a whole lot of them, right? And like I said, I'd get Dave O'Leary, David Dean, Carlo Ancelotti, and just like try and rebuild the club, right? Rebuild the youth developments thing. We always used to be able to bring players through the club. Since Arteta has been here, I don't think we've brought one player up through the ranks. Well, I can't remember seeing them like anyone. I think the last 2 players that we brought up through the ranks were Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe, and that was because he was forced to do it. If we hadn't have had loads of injuries for that game at home against Chelsea, when we won 3-1, right, I don't think he would have done it. I reckon he would have stayed with them with a tried and trusted formula, and those lads would probably have been shipped out somewhere else by now. I just don't think he's not interested.
But Warren, you're talking about those lads shipping out of there. Saka still hasn't signed his contract.
Sorry, say that again?
You're talking about lads shipping out. I was saying that Saka hasn't signed his contract yet.
No, he hasn't.
Talk about the contract, but he hasn't signed anything.
I heard something today. I saw something today that William Saliba might be going to Manchester City.
Yes. Would you be surprised? Because I wouldn't.
No, not at all. And this is the problem. It's just unbelievable. I just find it staggering, really.
Sickening me.
And this is what happens when you have people in positions of power who haven't got a bloody clue what they're doing.
Yeah.
No,
Warren, I'm sorry to say it's not.
Moving forward, Carl, what's your predictions for Friday night against Southampton?
Warren, we have to go. We have to turn up. If Arsenal don't win that game 3-0, I think I will be banned off YouTube because there'll be absolute war if we draw or get beat Friday night. War. Southampton are absolute dirt. 3-0. Anything less than that, unacceptable.
Mate, I'm not going to disagree with you. I think Southampton, I think we'll win 2-0.
Oh, just Warren, you're killing me.
I just think it's going to be a very nervy game. We're going to really struggle. I can see it happening because the reason I'm saying that is their confidence is going to be on the floor now. And it's not helping. It's not being helped by this manager calling out their weak mentality.
No.
In public like that. If he wanted to do that, he should have done it behind closed doors, not like all over the place, like for the whole public to see. I'm sorry, but it's wrong. He's like destroying their confidence, and this is a track record with this guy. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. He doesn't know how to manage people. He's absolutely clueless, mate. And this is what I'm talking about. I just think it's terrible. But Carl, you got any final thoughts or?
Yeah, the final thoughts is, Warren, that I was believing there for a few months there. I was kind of believing, but all the belief has gone out the window again. We're going to end up second, like we predicted. Not good enough. Another season winning nothing. No one will remember this season because we win nothing. So, overall, Warren, very disappointed once again. I want to see heads rolling, but that's not going to happen. We're going to be sitting here this time next year saying the same stuff over and over and over, and the fan base will be all delighted because we're fifth, because we're sixth, because we're seventh. No matter where we finish, this fan base will be doing parades at the end of next season because we have Mikel Arteta as our manager. Because Mikel Arteta is more important than Arsenal Football Club.
Exactly.
That's where I sum it up. And the fan base, crowd of losers, the players have proved again that they've crumbled when the real pressure was on. Losing mentality, weak mentality. The managers proved it. And who are we, Warren? What do we know? We just said that this was going to happen 6 months ago when everyone else was on tables dancing around like idiots. So we get what we want. This is what we want, so we get it. So as far as I'm concerned, another disaster of a season, and Arsenal Football Club going nowhere fast once again. And forget the Champions League, by the way. I don't want to hear all this crap. Oh, we're going to have a great Champions League. We could win the Champions League next season. Don't want to hear it. We wouldn't win the Wexford Cup here.
We'll be lucky to get out the group, mate.
Yeah.
We will, because I might be wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if I am. But I think next season, when we go in that Champions League draw, we won't be in the top or second top pot. I think we're going to be in the third one because we haven't been in it for so long. I might be wrong, but I think that's how it works. Because because we haven't been in it so long, our coefficient is going to be quite poor. So
well, it doesn't matter if we're in pot 3, 2, or 1. It doesn't matter what pot we're in. What matters is we're getting tossed over. It's very lively.
Sorry, mate?
It doesn't matter what pot we're going to be in. What matters is that when it comes down to crunch time, we won't be good enough for the Champions League and we'll be knocked out with anywhere. So it doesn't matter who we're going to play because we're going one way, one direction, and that's down.
Out. Yeah, because, I mean, the reason it matters is because if we're in the top pot, we could avoid the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and whatnot. Whereas if we're in pot 3, we could be drawn in a group with both of them. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is,
really tricky.
The thing is, though, Warren, that even if we go into a soft group and we qualified, we're still going to have to play one of the big boys anyway. So we're going to get a try one way or the other. Doesn't matter, Warren. That's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter. We have no hope in Champions League football next season. No.
The thing is, if we can't beat Sporting Lisbon, why the hell does anyone think that we're going to beat the likes of Bayern Munich or Real Madrid? It's just not happening. If we go into that Champions League and he sets the team up, like I showed earlier, with no one on that left-hand side against Real Madrid, Don Carlo will absolutely rip us to shreds. It could be an absolute cricket score.
Well, let me tell you something, Warren. Like you're on about Don Carlo there. Just keep my eye on the screen here. Chelsea, half time. Chelsea should be 3-0 up. They're after missing chance after chance after chance.
There you go. That's Real Madrid all over. You wait and see the second half. They did that at Anfield. They went 2-0 down to Liverpool and ended up winning 5-2.
Yeah.
They went up to Celtic. Celtic absolutely destroyed them in the first half. Could have been 4-0 up at half time. Yeah. Celtic ended up losing the game 3-0.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Real Madrid, this is what they do. Mate, I'm telling you, they will destroy Chelsea.
They'll take some stopping, let me tell you. Well, we don't have to worry about it because we won't be getting to that stage in the Champions League, I'll tell you that.
No. I'm not very hopeful about the Champions League at all, mate. It's that comment is fucking really funny. When Arteta took charge, he said Arsenal would win the Champions League in 2 years. Yeah, that's right, mate. He did. But now look. Yeah, it's shocking. And I'm telling you, if he goes to Real Madrid, they won't put up with this nonsense of like endless processes and projects and whatnot. He doesn't win 2 games on the bounce. He'll be out the bloody door, mate.
Yeah.
He'll be sacked within about 2 months.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Anyway, Carl, listen, my man, thank you so much for coming on tonight and helping me do this. I don't know what's happened to Del Boy.
Is that going to disappear and act again? Every time I talk to Del Boy, he just disappears. I don't know what
Del Boy. I'm going to call him TDB. Disappearing Del Boy.
or maybe he got into a bit of hassle because I rang him today and he had a Man City fan by the scruff of the neck on top of a hotel in Dublin City. Maybe he fucked him off the top of it, maybe.
Yeah, I spoke to him about that earlier. Anyway, listen, guys, thanks to everyone in the chat for all your comments and questions and whatnot and interacting with us. It's been great to see you. Thank you ever so much. Before you go, guys, please make sure you put a like on this video. Please make sure you go and subscribe to Kyle Walsh Gunner. I'm going to make sure that the link to his channel is in the description. So go and check out his channel. The man is an absolute legend, and you probably have seen that the way he's been conducting himself tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure for me to see him on there and to talk to him about, the implications and the fallout from this match with West Ham at the weekend. And let's hope on Friday we can get this thing back on track again. But I have to say, I'm not hopeful. I'm not.
I'd just like to say big up to you, Warren, for having me on the show. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be on all your shows. Top man, top legend. All the guests in the chat there, every one of them, big up to you all. Big up to Static there. Big up to Jaminio. Big up to Darren, Acers, the whole lot of them. All legends. Big up to Jace Collins. And Jace, quick message for you. When I'm on the screen, over 18s, no PG, no Universal, not even 15s, over 18s. God only knows what's going to come out of me mouth. Big up to you all. Hope you're all well.
Thanks, Carl. Right, I'm going to play the intro and then we'll be going. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a lovely evening. Take care of yourselves. Look after your friends and family. And remember, please make sure you spread some love and kindness around the world, but not to Mikel Arteta. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.